Hello everyone, it's Terry here again with a special pair of faded jeans to show off. We're gonna show how you go from this to this on this amazing pair of Natural Indigo. So join me as we talk about the fade adventure of this really cool pair from our beloved fellow Canadian, Koa. All right, so I'm gonna talk a little bit quick about the Natural Indigo first before we go in too deep. The Natural Indigo is one of our famous fabrics here at Naked Famous. We've had it since the very beginning. I want to point out that Natural Indigo is actually made from natural indigo plants. It's a natural fermentation process. It's a classic old technique used to get a beautiful blue dye. And believe it or not, these days, natural indigo dye accounts for less than 1% of all current denim production. So when you have a pair of natural indigo jeans, it really is a truly special pair. Another reason why these guys are special because they have a little bit of a lighter blue color, which does make you think of that classic kind of that cowboy look. So that's what you're getting when you go for Natural Indigo. So again, these are around 12 ounces over here, 12 and a half. Classic medium weight here, Natural Indigo, blue by white. So let's see what happens when you really put them through the ringer. So without further ado, from beloved longtime friend of the company, we got Koa over here. We're going to talk about these beautiful faded pairs. So come in here, Vinny, and follow me as we go on this journey of denim exploration. Okay, so starting at the top here, I'm just going to unbutton, excuse me. Right over here, we can just see that the last vestiges of the color are all hiding up here underneath the waistband there, right where they're most protected. So that's the only area where we're going to see this kind of like last bit of the darker blue. And even then, it's not too much different from the original example we have over here. I like to point out the hardware here. We got a little bit of nice wear or brassing around our rivets. Of course, these are the modern rivets that says Je t'adore tu nu on them. These are our special rivets made for us by YKK. All right, same thing with the buttons here in great shape there. They're not doing too bad at all. That means they're sized just right. Okay, we have the modern style patch on the back. It is only sewn on two sides. Okay, moving down to the front, we can see some pretty serious front whiskers over here. That means they're just sized pretty good. They were always kind of like pull it a little bit there right at the front to get that kind of nice vintage look here. And this is the beginning of the journey here. So you can see these lovely kind of like not mega pronounced, like maybe some like high contrast, like big contrast fades here, but they are distinct. You can see some distinct lines. I'm just going to run my finger across them over there just so you could make them out over here. And of course, we have the first little blowout over here. So we know for sure that Koa is basically a big fan of the don't wash for as long as possible. I think these, in this case, these ones went for about a year before ever seeing their first drops of water. And that's one way, you know, if you're a real denim head, you really want to get great fades, you can kind of lock in the fades by kind of not washing them for a long time. However, that comes with a risk, and that risk is, of course, is blowouts here. So we got a couple of blowouts. We got a thigh blowout. We got a couple of crotch blowouts here. We got a little bit of a risque, but hey, doing still pretty okay. Little crotch blowout right there. No harm, no foul, but it's going to happen. If you wash it infrequently. So we can peek into a window here, a little knee window over here. We got a big knee blowout. You know how this happens sometimes. You can probably just start as a little rip there and then eventually caught on one thing and ripped all the way down. Maybe that's when Koa decided it was time to send us these lovely pair. Quick tip, of course, if you do send us your jeans, we will always throw a little discount your way to thank you, and then we'll feature them in one of our videos. So yeah, coming down here across the knee there, you can kind of see it's got a little bit more of a vintage look here. So we're not getting like mega high contrast over here. It's a little bit of vintage look, which works really well with the Natural Indigo. Of course, when you're like 12 ounce, this is, I think, what you can kind of expect for a fabric weight around 12 ounces with a nice, starting off with a lighter color to begin with. Okay, moving all the way down over here, we can see concrete evidence of some serious cuff action over here. So we got a much darker cuff at the bottom. That means that this fabric was protected from the damaging effects of everyday wear and tear. I'm going to try and delicately recreate this. This was like a massive cuff damage. You almost basically did a little accidental hemming over here. I think you would have probably gone for a double cuff, judging by the look of this. I can't really do it justice here on the camera here, but it would have been something like that there. And when you got like a big cuff like that, here you go. That kind of, yeah, you know what? It wanted to go back. That's how it was. It must have been years like that. And yeah, so you can accumulate debris and dust here, especially in Canada here in the winter. You get your jeans stuck in the snow, you get them stuck in the salt. That salt dries off there. That is basically like putting like glue and sandpaper in your jeans, and you'll blow them out in no time at all. But that's the story that these guys are telling over here. That's fascinating there. And it does protect the outside color there. And there was a little bit of a stack over here. So you can probably see maybe as they were cuffed, must have been pushing up a little bit onto his boot with these little nice marks. Onto the backside. All right, let's see how we're going over here. Okay, look at this patch here. Again, I'm going to do a lot of compare and contrast over here. We got the same patch here. It's definitely seen some washing machine action, although not too much. The detail on the graphic is excellent. It's in great shape. I think I don't know if this was wearing the belt. I'm going to say this was just worn no belt. If I have to guess, I'm going to say it was size perfectly worn, no belt. That's just how I feel about this, with the wear on the belt loops compared to the wear on the waistband and the patch. It just looks great there. It's in excellent condition. I don't know if you moisturize this or put like some B-Seal or equivalent on this leather patch, but it's doing great. Pockets, again, great here. We're not seeing like mega defined like foam fades or anything of it, just because, you know, hey, maybe he wasn't putting stuff in his back pocket like that there, which is good because he still had a chance to actually hold stuff there. He's not going to be losing any change or anything there. Only a couple holes, I guess, from probably the initial hard first year. That's kind of showing up there, evidence as well. What we're looking over here, of course, Koa is known for his amazing honeycombs. It's definitely not the first pair that he's faded. And you know what? These are no exceptions over here. There's two details I want to point out. First of all, we got some nice like distinct combs here. There you go. You got the lovely, lovely lines. How do you get that? Well, basically you kind of lock in your fade by not washing for a while. And then you can wash, but you know, getting that first 6 months or more, it really helps. But there's another detail over here. Look at these little tiny, I'm not too sure how well you can see them, but we got some tiny micro blowouts here and here and here and here there. So this was basically probably these jeans are getting scrunched up, and then because of that 1 year no wash, that's when you start getting like a little bit of debris. You know, it happens to everyone. You'll just pick up little bits of dirt. You know, you don't have to be a tradesman. You'll just get a little bit of dirt, and then it'll just work its way in there and just kind of rubs and rubs and rubs and rubs. And yes, you get fades, but also yes, you will get blowouts. But looks like you nipped those ones in the bud, because now it just looks beautiful. Beautiful. And I think beautiful is the name of the game over here. Yes, these jeans are shredded. Yes, the hem is kind of rough shape, but you know what? I think they look fantastic. They look really, really good. They look Western. They look rock and roll. These are just a magnificent example of a pair of natural indigos. And again, I want to put these side by side over here. Let's just get them there. Lovely before and after. One leg here, one leg out there. Fantastic transformation by Mr. Koa. Again, I want to say a huge thank you for sending your jeans our way. And don't forget, every time you send us a pair of beautiful faded jeans, we will return the favor with a lovely little discount, because we want to keep you in the fading family and keep on fading forever. And friends, stay together, fade together. So that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.